Hello, this is That Talking Podcast. I'm JJ Starr.
And I'm Franklin Sherman.
Welcome, welcome. We're here to talk and bring some civil discourse to an otherwise discordant world. Doing my best Kathleen Turner this week. Because I still don't have my whole voice, but I certainly have more than I did.
It's because I dropped you on your head. I mean, for a whole day.
Who are you? Who are you?
Ted
tell
Kennedy.
the people who don't know you. Who are you?
I'm Downtown Andy.
Yeah, welcome.
I am
welcome.
the Andy of Down.
Yes, Downton Andy.
Downton Andy. That's really where it started.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
You're right, because I've never seen it.
No. I told you the origin story of Downtown Andy.
No, I was thinking about using the moniker Downton Andy long before we got together. I just never wanted to pull the trigger because it sounded so stupid.
But there's a very specific story behind Downtown Andy.
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good
It
story.
involves lady parts.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Think of the children.
What children?
I don't know.
The one behind the scrim?
The cool kids who
The one
stay up
who's-
late to watch this show. Bunch of weirdos out there.
Those kids don't care about this show, and they don't care about something else. And you know what that something else is? Don't tell them. I'll tell you.
Tell me.
The rules, man.
The rules of the road.
Rules.
The
Which nobody
rules.
follows.
The rules. We have, well, again, welcome, Happy New Year. Right?
We did that last week.
We weren't here last week.
We gave them a video.
Well, yeah, we gave them a little tidbit, but welcome back to the show. We're back.
You know, the one where you were like, it sounded like you were sucking on nails all week?
Yeah, well, it was a rough one. It was a rough one for me. But here in the bubble, we have rules. 3 rules that we abide by for the sake of civility.
We have to get back into the swing.
Yeah, well, the new swing.
We've had so much time off, and we've had so much bad food, and had so much good food.
I was going to say, I'm like, it wasn't bad food. It just wasn't good for you.
We've had a lot of bad service.
Soul. Yeah, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about the rules. 3 rules for the sake of
New year,
civility.
new complaints.
No, new year, no complaints.
Ooh, challenge accepted.
Right?
I'm going to fail miserably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But 3 rules. No judgment, nothing personal, and don't be a dick.
Don't do it.
Don't
you
do
can think
it.
about, in the immortal words of Jackie Gleason, you can think about it, but don't do it.
Did Jackie Gleason say that?
He certainly did.
Yeah?
He did.
What was he talking about? Drugs?
No, he was talking about not making a mess on his highway.
You know, that sounds sexual for some reason.
Sure was.
Blech. But yeah, it's been a good year so far. I mean, the year is,
We're kind of mellow
About
right now. I
its-
think you're going to have to crank this one.
I can't crank it.
Oh. Well,
This
then we're going to have to
is
get loud.
This is as high as I go.
Okay.
I can pump. I can.
You can raise the roof?
I just did
Where's this been?
so much fucking 90s dance moves. I
Because
busted
of the
out.
fucking turtles.
Yes. And we'll get into that.
Yeah.
But I want to ask you for the first time this year, how you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
I mean, you get me some sun-dried peppers and a little balsamic glaze. I'll be.
We've been
happy
doing
as a
okay. It's been,
pig and a
you know, I
clam.
mean,
Wait, that doesn't make sense.
the year is about a pig and a clam. Whoa, that too sounds sexual.
That one is also sexual.
But the year is about what, like a week and a half old at this point.
Like, sure.
Yeah,
I've been
and
spread out all over hell with so many different things.
yeah, but it's been all right.
Sure.
I think it's off to a rolling good time.
I'm staring at my wife and trying not to break the fourth wall.
Why wouldn't you?
Break the fourth wall. Because I don't want to look
I
at
could
them.
stare right into the soul of our viewer.
Our viewer. We all know who that viewer is.
It's me.
Yeah. Do you just sit around when I'm not here just watching episodes? You're like
Sometime.
Miss Haversham of the east side of Aspetuck Village.
Sometime, yes, I'm Miss Haversham of Aspetuck. Me and the Aspetuck peeper behind the scrim over here.
Oh, great. Now they all know where we live.
But today, you and I have a thing, especially on Saturday mornings, and
On the
often
rare
sometimes on the rare
occasion.
occasions where we have them off together. We like to get very nostalgic, and we do cereal and cartoons
Mm-hmm.
and coffee because we're
That's-
adults now.
And we can do whatever we want.
Because we're full blownsies adulthood right now.
Full
Full blownsies adults. And
You should try it sometime, kids.
and every once in a while we go down a real nostalgic kick. And I don't know what possessed us.
Oh, I know
You've
exactly
been
what it is.
watching Spider-Man. You've been watching Peter Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Pete Spider-Man.
So, well, I mean, normally I'm subjecting you to the anime, you
Yeah.
know, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yeah.
the other stuff like from my later years, but like I I I don't know what possessed me to start putting on the '90s Spider-Man earlier this week.
Mm.
Um, but then yesterday I'm like, all right, let's give the anime a rest and take a dive way back. Let's get in the Wayback Machine.
Yeah.
And I had to find because I still have I hope I have the VHS tape somewhere in the attic. But when we were kids, we brought home from Burger King in a kid's meal. Remember when you used to go to restaurants, you used to get VHS tapes with your Happy Meal?
I feel like the answer is yes, but at the same time, I feel like the answer is no.
So we brought home a home video.
Yes.
For you kids out there that have no idea what we're talking about.
A VHS
a VHS tape of a single episode of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, complete with the Burger King Kids Club advertisements.
I can tell you right now, I don't think I ever got a Burger King kids meal ever.
Oh, yeah.
In my life.
I mean, if we're going to Burger King, the kids are getting the kids meals because the parents aren't going to pay for a regular meal because they don't think we're going to finish it, or they think there's going to be things on it that we're not going to eat.
I would order 2 cheeseburgers plain. That's it.
From Burger King?
Yeah.
Oh,
the only Burger King we had was in the mall.
Yeah.
We didn't have a standalone. We weren't fancy like you people.
But for some like I remember watching just like many other tapes, just watching it, you know, till it, you know, not ran out, but like didn't work anymore.
Yeah.
And
wore through.
Thank you. And there was this one episode where they were trying to catch a magician and a jewel thief all at the same time.
Yep. And the mob. Don't forget the mob.
And there was snow in the museum.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, we're talking about the 80s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon, the only one that really should exist.
When was it? Was it 87?
It started in 87, yeah.
87. So you weren't even born yet.
Right. This was season 3, though, so I was alive for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we found it because it's all streaming. So we found it.
Something
we watched
in my brain, and something in my brain hit me and told me, yeah, I didn't have to cook. No, that as we were flipping through episodes, I'm just like, what was in that thing? What were they doing? What was the goal? And I'm just like,
you found it.
Fucking magician.
You found it.
And I was so happy because I hadn't watched that tape. It's been at least it's got probably 20 years.
Yeah.
Because I haven't really watched any of those tapes since we moved in.
But they're up there.
They are up there. What else did we watch yesterday morning? Did we start with Spider-Man?
Yesterday morning. No, we watched X-Men.
X-Men, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah. So I'm like, because before Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, before Power Rangers, like there was the Fox Kids Saturday morning, and it was all the Marvel cartoons.
X-Men was the only Marvel cartoon I watched in the entirety of my life.
But while we're on the subject of Happy Meals and VHS tapes, Pizza Hut used to do the same thing. So
I feel like I knew about that.
You'd get the personal pan kids pizza thing, and you know that's where we got the big like Casper the Friendly Ghost like rubber hand characters.
I remember the commercials for those.
It's where we got the Garfield like Trapper Keepers and stuff, and then when X-Men,
they gave away some cool shit.
Yeah, why did they fucking tear it down? Like what the hell? And when it got to X-Men, they put out the first 4 episodes of the cartoon on 2 VHS tapes, which had brief interviews at the beginning with Stan Lee and other guys that worked on X-Men. I ran those out, you know. Those are still floating around here somewhere. I remember John had a pair and I had a pair. Because, you know, never mind the fact that we live in the same house, like we each have to have our own set of VHS tapes.
Naturally.
But yeah, no, I wanted to explore, to revisit that part of my youth.
And then today in the spirit of nostalgia, we did you tried to introduce the original Turtles, the real Turtles, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
The real Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoons to the boy who I guess was uncompelled by how cartoony it was.
So, yeah, okay.
What logic that kid works with?
Full disclosure, I was never a huge Ninja Turtles fan. Like I had Ninja Turtle figures. It was more.
Mine are all up on the wall behind you.
It was more John's thing. Maybe even my other brothers, I don't know. But like I was just kind of along for the ride.
Oh, my sister and I were all over that Ninja Turtles kick. There's probably more in the attic, honestly.
Cut to years later, the Ninja Turtles made cameos on Power Rangers, which was really weird.
The Muppets?
Yeah, Muppet.
Like the animatronic?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
So I was like, that's a unique crossover, but yeah, I rolled with it. Where was I going? But anyway, so we get back from, our
doing the thing,
errands and stuff this morning, and I'm just sitting there relaxing. The boy puts on the TV, and he decides to put on one of the newer Turtles, and I'm just like, with no, help from me. He's just like, I want to watch this, and I'm like, which one is that? Because
was he on YouTube?
Yeah.
So it must have been just a random
because we were searching the episode.
Yeah.
But the thing is that outside of the 87 version, there's the 2012 version, there's the 2007 version, there's the 2018 version or 17 version. Like, there's so many. There's been so many reboots of the cartoon.
Yeah.
And it's like, do we really need that many reboots?
No, and looking at them, I mean, not to,
They look very unappealing.
They really do. They look very, I mean, you talk about looking cartoonish.
But he looked at them and was like,
well, they look like real turtles.
He said it looked more realistic. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
I'm like, no, I don't think you're right. It's like, thank you. Thank you, Grace. I think you're wrong.
Exactly.
Like, I'm just like,
so
no.
I stopped him halfway through, and I'm like, let me show you something. And I put on the same episode we watched yesterday.
Yep.
And
the Great Baldini.
And I was like, so what did you think? And he goes, it was all right, but the other one looks more realistic. I was like, have you seen the movies, the live action? He's like, oh yeah, I think I saw those on a DVD.
And he is mistaken, because he definitely never saw the only ones that count.
Yeah, he's probably talking about.
He's probably talking about
ones, the newer
ones that I still attest are pure nightmare fuel.
Yeah,
those turtles are horrific looking.
So tell our audience what you did.
I sourced the original 1990 live action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1.
I forgot the original was 90. I thought it was way earlier.
Yeah. Featuring Corey Feldman.
Which you second guessed yourself on.
Well, because they cast the actor as well as the voice, as well as the puppeteer and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I think I'm wrong. And I'm just like, no, that's definitely Corey Feldman. And a very young, surprisingly young Sam Rockwell, which I'm still sort of reeling from.
I think 2 of them were voiced, acted, and puppeteered by the same guys.
Probably.
Yeah.
I like that Corey Feldman got his own little separate billing because it's 1990 and he's Corey Feldman.
I'm pretty sure Shredder's right hand was an actual samurai. Or at least he had
and I'm pretty sure that if you watch the movie, he's also not speaking English at all. He's definitively overdubbed.
See,
but watching this movie, and the boy paid attention to maybe, I would say, 35% of it.
Really?
Oh yeah,
I thought
he's so desperately fascinated by that fucking pocket watch. Desperately fascinated by it.
Well,
he looks literally like he's late for a meeting constantly. Just like, take it out, open it, check around him, and then close it back in his pocket.
He likes
and then takes it out.
He likes
and I'm
trinkets.
Like, oh boy.
Takes after his old
I'm
man.
like, he literally looks like he's worried about missing a bus. But
It's funny because his brother was worried about missing a flight.
He was paying attention here, there, and everywhere. And every once in a while, he thought something was funny. And I thought that maybe when they started kicking ass, that something would spark.
Well, I don't think
But he didn't get to finish it. So after we brought him home, we came back and we finished it because fuck it.
Yeah, we didn't talk about this on an episode. I think we were telling one of our friends, but you got him to watch Rainbow Bright last week.
Yes, I did.
And
was it last week or the week before?
One of them. But
it was probably last
just
week.
Like, oh my god, he's actually sitting with you and getting into.
I mean, again,
one of these older cartoons.
There comes a point where the boy cannot sit still any longer, and he starts sitting upside down.
He gets that from me.
Yeah. He starts sitting upside down and throwing himself on the floor and running face first into walls and God knows what else. But for a while there, he was tantalized by robots and lasers and space travel and flying horses and stuff like that. And I'm just like, good. Excellent.
Flying monkeys and
Sourced, sealed, delivered. Because there are things that I've tried to introduce to him. They're just like, what were we watching? Did we watch My Little Pony?
maybe.
I know we watched Fern Gully, and I was
We
like,
did?
oh yeah.
I mean, the weirdest thing for me
But
is
he was
like,
that was back at a point. We're gonna look back at these times and just be like, that was at a point where he was too young to pay attention to anything.
well, the weird thing for me is that like one day I put on like reruns of Yu-Gi-Oh while he's napping.
Mhm.
He wakes up, sees that it's on, becomes entranced, and then that's his thing for the next like 6 weeks. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Like, where were you when I was 14, dude?
But it makes me think about some of the other sort of nostalgia because
That's kind
also
of become our entire lives.
this weekend, right? You and I ran a gauntlet on Hey Arnold.
No, you ran a gauntlet on Hey Arnold.
You were there.
No, because okay, so traditionally we just put episodes on to kind of veg out and relax and get back in our time capsule. But you decided to start deep diving because we read that the second movie, the one that came out in 2017, was the continuation of the end of the series.
And realizing that I had actually never seen the end of the series, and neither one of us have ever seen that first movie.
I had never seen either movie. I'd never seen the end of the series because I maintain that it has, in my opinion, not been good since the end of like season 2 or 3. Like once every voice actor started to change and the dynamic shifted.
The balls dropped and stuff like that.
I mean, season 1 was season 1.
I feel like there's
season 2 held on to it.
There's a point at which I don't remember any of the episodes.
There was a vibe about it. There was a vibe in the storytelling that just didn't carry on in seasons like 4 and beyond. Like once you introduce Mr. Simmons and Lila and all these other characters, and characters that you knew are gone, and his voice changes, and then just the tone of the episodes, and that's kind of when I fell off.
But you and I did
watch all of it.
Yeah. We watched the series finale and then followed it up with the movie. Second movie.
Then we watched the first one.
Which was remarkably, I don't know. I feel like it sort of stayed on brand a little bit, like for being completely irrelevant to anything having to do with the series, other than the fact that Arnold doesn't have any parents.
I've had people say to me for years, and it's not even just with Hey Arnold, it's so many things. There's like, how have you not seen the movies? Don't you want to know what happens? Don't you? Like, I can look it up on fucking Wikipedia. Like, I don't need to fucking. Okay, fine. He finds his parents and he makes out with Helga. Like, that's we all saw that coming. Like, you waited fucking 15 years for that.
But it happened.
But there's a million, there's so many examples of fan art out there where people are just like, oh, here they are in their 20s with kids and shit.
It was all right. I thought it was worth watching. And then going back and watching the first one, I was like, meh.
The anime. So I'm glad we watched the second one first.
Yeah.
Because I knew the animation was going to be different.
Of course.
I knew the tone was going to be different. I knew it was going to be this more way later on, so far removed from the original example. But then watching the first movie second, let me repeat that, the first movie second.
Yes.
Was a call back to the original style of drawing and the
for the most
pace
part
of the show. And
when was that? When was the first movie put out?
I think 2002.
But that's when the series ended, also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it started in 96.
Right. Yeah. And the movie really was just sort of like an extended episode.
Right.
It was sort of like the Bob's Burgers movie.
You're talking about the second one.
Yeah. No, the first one. It was just sort of like an episode, but it was a long ass
like
episode.
The Simpsons or Bob's Burgers or anybody else that's... Family Guy hasn't done it yet. Hopefully they never will.
I liked the Simpsons movie.
I did not.
No,
I feel like when a popular sitcom or a cartoon makes a movie, it's the beginning of the end.
I do feel that way about the Star Trek movie.
Because I remember being in the theater for the Simpsons movie, thinking this was going to be great.
You were in the theater for it?
I was in the fucking theater. I've waited. It was 2008, so at that point, I had waited 20 years.
Yeah.
I was 20 years old. I'm just like, I've waited because the Simpsons started when I was 1, I think.
Yeah.
So I've literally been watching it my entire life.
Same.
And I'm like, I got to see what happens. We're still a movie going bunch at that point. We're not all glued to our phones, and it's just like I'm looking forward to this, and I was utterly disappointed.
The Simpsons is one of those also where there comes a point at which it's really miss, hit, miss, and we don't care to go forward anymore. And I feel like we reached that point because we put it on, sometimes to like veg out and, wind down at the end of the night when we're getting into bed. And if you haven't noticed, I went back to season 1 because we reached season 10 and we're like, meh. So I went back to season 1.
Season 10 is where I dropped off.
Yeah.
Like when it was still on the air, because I remember, I'll never forget, it was one Super Bowl Sunday. They had premiered the new season, and I think it was a football themed episode. So that'll tell you exactly which one it was. And I remember it wasn't capturing my attention. Yeah. And I'm just like, this is not what I remember or love about this show. It was the same thing with South Park. People have said to me for years, like, have you seen the new South Park? Like every other fucking day. Have you seen the new South Park? Like, dude, I stopped watching after the movie because after the movie, it was the same thing. It's just like, it's just more of the same. And first of all, I was 9-10 years old when it came out. So part of the appeal to the dirty humor was like trying to make sure your parents don't catch you watching it. But, then we saw the movie and it's like, at that point, you didn't get raunchier than that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, well now we're not doing it to piss off our parents. So
I remember when South Park came out, it was so like, it was funny. And it was one of those things that you watched, quietly. And then, you went to school and you talked to your friends about it and stuff like that. I tried to watch it in
front of my parents.
Really?
A couple times.
Filthy.
No.
But then, like, the movie came out. We went to see the movie. And then it was like, well, okay, now it's just, it's going to be more of the same. But, like, I remember friends of mine when in, 2011? And they're just like, they're still like TiVoing, they're DVRing the new episodes of South Park. And I'm just like, listen, people still watch this show?
No disrespect to
who knew?
To anybody who still watches and still like avidly watches.
To each their own.
Just disrespect to one person. Just one person. We all know who that one person is. And it's not the fan of this show that you're thinking. It's a totally another person who will never listen to this show. That dude is fucking pathetic because South Park is like his fucking religion. Like
the idea that like you see like there are still like big ads for like all of these specials that have come out like since quarantine and stuff like that. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm like, they're still putting like all of this money behind this show. It's crazy.
It's like at some point,
this is so wacky.
You're going to run out of stories to tell. You're going to run out of jokes to tell. Things are like, well, eventually, you're just copying everybody else because if one show makes an episode about one topic, then everybody's got to do it because that's what's in, in at that moment.
But it's like The Simpsons, I think I've heard that like they're going to go until one of the main cast dies.
Like we were talking about something very akin to this earlier this morning. And the thing is like, think about how long fans of The Simpsons and Family Guy waited for the crossover. Like, this has got to happen. Like, we got to see this. And I was really looking forward to that. It wasn't bad.
Wasn't that the same Bob's Burgers crossover also?
I think Bob
I think all three of them, yeah.
Bob made an appearance,
yeah.
I think. But if it were that memorable, I'd remember the whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched it and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, finally we get what we've been waiting for. You know, the chicken fight between Peter and Homer. But what I was getting at was when we were talking about wrestling this morning. And what I was getting at was that the way you keep people's attention is you have to try and do things that haven't been done before. Now, granted, the longer you're on the air or the longer you're in business, that's going to be harder and harder to do. But it's just like, okay, well, you have to start brainstorming. What are the things we haven't done yet that will grab people's attention.
Now, these are the things that this is a note for hanging on to the people who are nostalgic for it, who have been fans and want to retain their fandom. I'm thinking more of these shows and these brands and franchises and stuff that are trying to hook new fans, the next gen of fans, and it always comes with bad animation.
How so?
Think of everything that's been rebooted from our childhood.
Are you talking about like completely redone?
Yeah. Think of it. Ready? Garfield and Friends.
Yep.
Bad animation. Yep. Care Bears, same thing. Yeah. My Little Pony. My Little Pony is sort of on the cusp. Well,
I think reboots in general are stupid.
And then what else? What else was there that I was thinking of? Like Mickey Mouse Club. Yeah. And it's like all of these things where it's just like, and that's why now when we are like, oh, look at this cool hand-drawn cartoon, people are like, ew.
That's why I appreciate X-Men 97.
Yeah.
Because I haven't watched it yet. I think I caught a little bit of it. But if I ever decide to like delve into that, from what I've heard, it's literally just picked up where they left off with the cartoon and it's the same animation.
Yeah.
So it's just like, brilliant. That's what people want.
Yeah.
You know, but like all these reboots and remakes and shit, like they're redoing Power Rangers this year, and it's just like I'm gonna have to watch a little bit of it, but like it's not gonna be the original. Like
of course not.
I've been watching reruns of the original lately because I'm just like, let me watch all the footage, all the American actor footage without like the Japanese cut in stuff, because like let me see how horrible this storytelling is that I didn't realize when I was 7 years old.
Oh man.
But like I've never been a fan of the constant like the Yu-Gi-Oh podcast I listen to. They're like, you know, we need a new anime. We haven't had one. Like the reason you're not hooking in new fans is because there's no new anime to liken the cards to and stuff like that. And what I was getting at earlier with the whole wrestling thing, like I've been saying this for years. Do cross promotional shit, which they've only like recently, like within the last like 10 years gotten into. Now WWE's got this thing with TNA, you know, like why don't you guys do some shit with AEW? I know that doesn't like make sense to anybody in either company, but it's just like, it's never been done. It'll make people be like, what the fuck? This is amazing. You know,
will it though? Or will it make people more nostalgic for the way things used to be?
Things have been the same for so long where it's like, you don't work with the other company. You don't talk about the other company.
Right.
You don't acknowledge
this is just WWE specifically.
But like, how crazy would it be if you did like Survivor Series style matches between companies? It's like, you've done it between brands, Raw and SmackDown. It's like, why not get AEW's best five, get WWE's best five?
Didn't they do that? Like, no. A few years ago with the Royal Rumble, where like a couple of people from AEW or
AEW and WWE have not crossed yet.
I don't know what I'm thinking of.
Like they've had people like go back and forth. You know, that one contract ends, they go sign with the other one back. But that's just the same shit that happened in the late '90s with WCW. But the larger picture that I'm trying to illustrate here is the fact that in order to garner attention, revenue, you know, get eyes on the product, it's like eventually you're going to have to do something that people either weren't expecting or hasn't been done. And those ideas are few and far between. Like, for example, the Family Guy Simpsons crossover. It's like that was decades in the making. And it's just like, okay, we finally got it. But now where do you go?
I think about, and I pointed this out to you and you did not realize it, was that at some point, and I don't know at what point in The Simpsons, because, you know, the big thing is that, you know, at the end of the credits, they have the big tube TV and the credits roll on the TV and stuff like that at the end of the opening after the couch gag. And that at some point along the line, they did finally get a flat panel TV.
Why would they even throw that in?
Because it's one of those things. Like, it's the same thing with cell phones. Like, now people, you know, characters have cell phones. They have smartphones. On Bob's Burgers, it's the same thing. That, like, you know, there's a point at which in the series...
Talk about another movie with a long episode.
Where at some point, they have smartphones instead of flip phones. And it's just one of those little things,
I remember when
where
Family
it's like,
Guy reanimated the intro.
it's just, yeah, it's just sort of like, it's one of those little tidbits that's like, oh no, we're changing with the time.
Let,
we're going to keep up with things and everything.
let me ask you a loaded question.
Go ahead.
I may have asked this on a previous episode, but I can't remember.
Excuse me.
I mean, this is probably an obvious answer, but like, do you think that people in the entertainment industry have grown more interested in revenue as opposed to content, in the sense that like they don't care as much about putting out a good product, they just want to put out the safe bet that's going to make them the most money?
Can you be more specific than just saying the entertainment industry? Because if you're talking about film industry, absolutely. Film industry 100% is no longer concerned with producing a good product. They are concerned with producing a marketable product and a return on the investment.
See, that's exactly my take on it. I just wanted to see what you were going to say.
Yes, but if you were to put that out on, if you were to take that out and be like, sitcoms or this, that, or, or cartoons or something like that, like, I don't know if I would agree wholeheartedly with that.
I mean, like, people had also said to me, like, you have to watch all the Marvel Netflix shows. And I'm just like, I don't want to. Like, I gave some a chance and I watched a little bit here and there, but it's like, I would rather, like rather than watch all the, not Andrew Garfield, who's the one who's playing Tom Holland, rather than watch all the fucking Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, like, I watched the crossover one, not the crossover, the multiverse one where they got brought back all the old characters, because that speaks to my nostalgia. I'd rather go back and watch the 90s cartoon. Like, all the stories are there. It's like, I didn't like it when Andrew Garfield started playing him. It's like, I went and saw that one in the theater, but then I'm like, he's not Tobey Maguire. This isn't a Sam Raimi flick.
I did like Andrew Garfield because he was snarkier than Tobey Maguire. And I thought that spoke more to sort of like the, shall we say, assholery that Spider-Man has a tendency. I
love how you call him Spider-Man.
Pete Spider-Man?
He's not Jewish.
Yeah. Pete Spider-Man, he has a tendency to kind of be a douche. And I thought that actually spoke more to the comic books and the cartoons, where he is, sort of off the cuff, like, twang kind of a thing.
You're going to get a call from Marvel now, and they're going to want you to start writing the Pete Spider-Man.
The Pete
trilogy.
Spider-Man. It's going to be Spider-Man, but wearing just horn rim glasses and like doing someone's taxes. That's basically what he does, And every once in a while, chew, web. we have a 4:00 at the IRS web.
Oh no, Rhino standing guard.
But like, I feel like there are certain things I don't want to give a chance. Like, do you remember when the Garfield movies came out?
Never.
The live action.
I refused. I absolutely refused.
Yeah.
I saw Breckin Meyer was playing John, and I'm like, absolutely not.
Like, I was
just like when I saw Jason Lee playing fucking Dave Seville. It's like, no, thank you.
I gave it a chance. And I was like, okay, it's cute, CGI cat and stuff like that. But as soon as I saw Jennifer Love Hewitt, like, doting as Liz.
Yeah, Liz isn't supposed to dote.
She's not doting on John. And I'm just like, the comedy got sucked out for me. I'm like, this is where my branching out to new avenues started to collapse.
My biggest problem when they take something like that and they adapt it to live action is there is an urban quality to all of it. Urban in the sense that, like, the characters that we know and love and long for the nostalgia of they become hip. They all start talking in slang and they pretend like they're cool.
It's the same thing with all of these reboots.
And it's just like, who are you fucking pandering to? Because it's not the people who are paying for the tickets.
Like, I have a problem, and I don't dislike the new My Little Pony. I don't. But I have a problem with the attitudes of some of these characters. And it's not the same kind of, like, bullying attitude that they had in the 80s, because the fact of the matter was that some of those ponies were dicks.
Complain, but here we are.
Well, we're not complaining. We're comparing.
Okay, fair enough.
We're critiquing.
In 2017, I was super excited when the Power Rangers reboot came out, when the movie.
The one with the suit.
With fucking...
wasn't that Elizabeth Banks in that?
And fucking Dacker Montgomery.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is going to be fucking great. It's going to be much less campy than the one I'm used to and everything. And I was excited about taking, the older boy at the time. The younger boy didn't even exist. And I was just like, this is going to be fucking, great. Like, I waited so many years for this.
Yeah.
And I was so fucking disappointed because it didn't live up. And these are supposed to be teenagers with attitude. Like, that's the whole tagline. And
that's the tagline?
That was always the tagline. They were 5 teenagers with attitude to come save the world. Like, who better to take on a fucking intergalactic space empress than 5 kids who just want to go to the mall? And these kids, they had no attitude. They were all fucking just...
You didn't show me that movie, but you showed me clips of it.
We watched...
Did we watch the whole thing?
We might have fallen asleep.
Maybe.
Because you're like, that's Billy.
I thought...
Not Cranston.
What I saw was... It was... again, I don't have the emotional investment in Power Rangers like you do. So, like, watching it, I was like, I can get behind this. It's hokey, but I can get behind it because it had action and it had grit and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, all right.
Because,
as it stands.
And, another thing that threw me off was the fact that, Alpha 5 is supposed to be this, robot that goes and helps them, and he's kind of like quirky and this and the other thing. But Bill Hader tried to make him like street smart, and it's just like, that's not Alpha 5.
Yeah.
Like, go fuck yourself. Like,
but yeah, they're
made
just
him a smart ass. It's
there's
like,
something.
Go back to SNL.
There's something about like all of these. I keep seeing these like not memes, but like little like blips on social media about how like Disney is talking about bringing back hand-drawn animation. It's like, okay,
real quick,
I double dog dare you.
Biggest letdown to that franchise, they had 6 sequels planned
for Power Rangers
to follow that movie.
Oh yeah,
like they ended it on a cliffhanger, or not a cliffhanger, but like a teaser.
But wasn't it a flop?
It was a flop.
It was a big box office failure.
But they had a toy line. They had 6 planned sequels, like ready to go, and they're just like, yeah, we're not going to blow any more fucking money on this because you guys suck as actors and your production company sucks, and yeah, the people who would have wanted to see this are too old. Like,
I think that all of these. I don't know. There's something about like trying to
capitalize on nostalgia.
Not even capitalize on nostalgia, but like if you want to capitalize on nostalgia, then fucking embrace it is what I'm saying.
And be like faithful to the original.
Yeah, don't try and like make it new. Make it what it was.
Like in 20...
That's what people want. Those are the people who are going to be invested in something like that. Like you, like me. They want something. They want that product back.
In 2014, 15-ish, Toys R Us started carrying the Legacy series.
Yeah.
Which was the recreating of all the 90s Power Ranger toys, but in like die-cast metal and to scale. So like I have the dagger upstairs.
Right.
Now, the original one was cheap plastic and rubber. The sounds were, not show accurate. They were, horribly produced and recorded. And the one upstairs is show accurate. It's like when you watch the Sentai footage from, 92 or whatever it is, like that's what it is. And it's just like, but then fucking Toys R Us tanked, and that all got liquidated and sold
Yeah.
to GameStop and shit. But it's just like, but they were on the right track. It's just like, okay, this is the kind of stuff that after 30 years, it's like we fucking deserve.
Yeah.
And then they came out with another, collection, and it was all back to cheap plastic.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like it's the comfort aspect, I think, when it comes to being nostalgic for something, because it's the reason why we don't branch out very much when it comes to diving into new things. Like, we give new versions of things we love a chance when we feel like we have the guts to do it. We don't we're not like we're not stoked on new versions of things, because we would rather sit around and embrace the old things that we always love.
The thing that I keep hearing is so many, YouTube videos and podcasts and whatnot. It's like, now the people that have the money that can, afford to invest in their nostalgia and their childhood and whatnot. And it's just like, yeah, that's a recurring thing. It's like, there's the people who were kids when this stuff was new, yes, are now adults and have adult jobs and adult money, hopefully, and can afford to splurge on this kind of stuff. So if you're going to pander to anybody, pander to them, but do it in a way that makes sense.
But that drives me crazy, is this whole idea of investing and
no,
investing in your nostalgia and everything.
That's
it's like,
that's a scalper thing. Okay, what I'm talking about is people like me who like, I didn't want to spend $90 on that dagger, but it's just like, I've wanted this for 30 years.
Yeah.
Now I have it. Now I can take it out at any time. And that's not something I'm going to put on eBay and resell. That is some shit that I have to have for me.
I needed a lunchbox to go to work.
I once posted a picture on Facebook years ago. One was of one of my actual real pistols, and then the other one was that dagger, my communicator, and the morpher. And I'm like, which do I take out?
I needed a lunchbox to go to work. I found the lunchbox that I had. I found a clean, original 1986 My Little Pony lunchbox with a thermos that I had when I was in kindergarten. That I got when I was I wasn't in kindergarten at that point, but like, I used it when I went to kindergarten. And it's sitting right behind you. I took a My Little Pony lunchbox to work at the dispensary with me.
Everybody said that the picture on the right comes with a giant robot, so there's no contest.
What? We're talking about we're having like two different conversations.
I was trying to finish my...
And I was trying to finish mine.
Well, good job. I think we did admirably.
Good job. We have no idea what the other one is talking about. I don't know. Is there any reboot that you embrace?
Again, whenever this, new Disney Power Rangers remake comes out, like, I'll give it, its due. When a new Yu-Gi-Oh anime comes out, I'll give it some time.
Will you?
Well, yeah, because I want to see, like, how far they're gonna hark back to the original. Like, where are the Easter eggs gonna be? Like, what voice actors are they gonna bring back?
I don't know.
What kind of little bits and bobs.
I tried to give Sailor Moon Crystal, and I was just like, pfeh.
Like, because like, I never failed to notice the fact that in his old age, my dad would still be stuck on John Wayne and the Marx Brothers and Abbott and Costello and Laurel and Hardy and all, and
because they're timeless.
This is the Jimmy Cagney and Jimmy Stewart and the people like of his generation. And I'm like, you're watching this again, or this and that. But like, there was tons and tons of stuff from his youth that I'd never even he put on, I'd never even heard of.
Yeah.
I remember right before I unplugged his TV, I went on his YouTube account and I watched his search history or his play history. Oh dear. And I wanted to see, well, it's YouTube. There's nothing fucking bad on that. I wanted to see, I'm like, what was the last thing my dad watched? And it was some Western that I'd never heard of.
Yeah.
But he maintained that because, again, he'd rather be entertained by the stuff he knows and remembers and loves, as opposed to, like, I remember when the remake of True Grit came out. So instead of John Wayne, it's Jeff Bridges. And I don't remember who else was in that, but I was like, "You gonna go see it?" And he's like,
Is
"No,
James Marsden in that?
I don't remember."
Hmm.
But I'm just like, it's a story that you're familiar with, that your favorite actor was the lead in the original. Like, wouldn't you want to see like how differently they did it? And he's like, absolutely not. And then I watched it and I was like, I can see why he wouldn't want to, because
Yeah,
it's very, very modern.
I
But
liked it.
in his mind, it's not John Wayne, and as good of an actor as Jeff Bridges is, it's not. It wasn't cared for in the same
Yeah.
manner. It wasn't. It wasn't produced in that same style, and so it doesn't appease the same audience in the same way.
See, now when the new Ghostbusters movies came out, and I'm not talking about the one with the women,
I know what you're.
everyone
Yeah,
thinks, but like I'm talking about Afterlife and Frozen Empire. I think that they did justice to the continuation
yeah.
of the same
It was a
story.
decent
I think
story
they did a good job.
because that every like
And
person,
Frozen Empire was literally nothing but a giant Easter egg.
every person over the age of 30 is just waiting for the original actors to pop up.
And they did.
Right. And they even reanimated,
They did. They
Spengler's
reanimated.
corpse.
Yeah. I thought it was very good. And,
I teared up a little
and
bit.
people, I teared up a ton.
Yeah.
And everyone, is sort of a lot of like the diehards look at that and they're just like, oh, it's bullshit fan service. It's garbage. It's not the
fuck them.
same. And it's just like, I don't understand that. Like, it's sort of like everyone saying how, it's like when everyone got all up in arms about the end of Game of Thrones and everyone got all up in arms about the end of Stranger Things. And it's just like, apparently if you like that, if you enjoyed the end of it, then apparently you weren't paying attention to the rest of the show and you don't understand what was supposed to happen.
Like when I was sitting
around, like, what?
Like when I was sitting around talking with Bam, it's just like in those moments, like I didn't care that he was in all the Jackasses, that he was in Viva La Bam, that he was on all these MTV shows, that he was in all these skate videos that I saw, that he directed fucking Hims videos and all these other bands and everything. It's like in those moments, I just wanted to talk to a dude who I admired and who did some stuff that I enjoyed and just talk about, because I understand that he gets that shit all the time, like people ask him this. When you're known for something like that, you have to get asked the same questions like over and over and over. And it's got to get fucking old. It's got to get really fucking old. Like just so that big show that we had been talking about and preparing for, we did on Friday, the Opus's birthday Blizzard Bash at Toad's Place, which went fucking great, by the way, for anyone who's interested. But 2.5 minutes to set time, and I'm waiting to get ready and go up there, and then Opus turns the corner, and now I didn't do my research on this guy beforehand. Like I didn't realize till the last minute, like how much stuff he's actually like done and known for. And so he turns the corner and we're standing there, and he and I are standing there just talking about dogs. Like dude's been on
because your dog was there.
Dude's been
and he knew.
I asked him, I was like, did you meet my wife? Oh, that's your wife? That's your dog? I'm like, yeah. Fucking.
I'm like, because he was just petting the dog.
He's in so many bands. He's been in bands. He's been on reality TV. He's done all this.
Has he really?
Oh yeah. He's a professional musician. And I didn't know to what degree until I'm literally standing there next to him.
Yeah.
And we're talking about dogs, and we're talking about Chapman because Chapman just did one of his tattoos, and Opus's son like filmed like a really cool looking video for it, and here's this guy who's been around the world many more times than I probably ever will, and we're just talking about fucking dogs and kids and.
That's what we talk about with Bam also.
Yeah.
Bam's just that guy who likes to sit on the floor and play with the dog.
And so like this dude over here could be like rock royalty, and to me it's just like this cool guy that not only introduced my band, but I had a 5-minute conversation with. Like it's like fucking Howard Finkel. Like Howard Finkel introduced Two Fisted Law when we played, and I went and the voice of my fucking childhood. So I'm like, thank you so much. It's nice to meet you. And he just looks at me and goes, you guys rocked. Yeah, they say that in the business, right? Yeah, you rocked. And I'm like, you are a fucking like person associated with the wrestling business that I never thought I would get to shake hands with. Like, and you introduced my band. That's fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
I like fanboying sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, there are certain things where nostalgia holds such like such a high, like it's on such a pedestal that it does make me fangirl for sure. It doesn't happen often, but it definitely does.
At this point in my life, I love that I can still get excited about these kinds of things because so much of my life is not experiencing that anxiety, that anxious feeling of like, oh my God, like I'm going to get to meet this person, or I'm going to talk to this person, or this thing's about to happen. It's just like there's like 99% of the day or the year or whatever where it's not like that. And then when that 1% comes up, it's just like it hits you all at once.
Yeah.
And it's just like, do I spaz out or do I keep my cool? And
and it's a toss up. It's a coin flip at that point.
Depends on the circumstance.
Like there are, the few new, I mean, that's why, I think that's why I hang on to the old things, the old versions of things so hard is because they are such an emotional investment. And no matter how many times I experience them, they still evoke that emotion. And it could be things from my childhood. It could be new things, like Stranger Things does that to me. You've watched me watch. We've been together for a little over 4 years now, and you have watched me watch that show at least 4 times in the last 4 years.
I mean, like
start to finish.
That's not to say that, like, as an adult, I haven't, become invested in things. Like when we first got together, you started telling me about Blitzkid and everything, and then I come to find out I delivered his fucking mail.
Yeah.
And then, like I would get nervous a little bit, but then like I'd be shooting the shit with him every day and be like, he's a cool dude. Like
just a dude walking a cat.
Yeah.
Putting a cat on a leash and cat
man.
goes up in the tree and he's holding the cat like a balloon.
But like, I mean, just like you, I hang on to those older memories, those older things to look back and be fond of. But I also hold on to, those moments of excitement, because they're so few and far between, and I want more of them.
So do you hope for additions to your old memories?
I mean,
like, do you hope for the new?
If I had to choose between going and watching a reboot or a remake of a intellectual property that I grew up knowing and loving, versus watching a new episode of South Park or fucking, let's say it's the funniest South Park there is, the funniest that's fucking critically acclaimed, I'd rather go watch the thing that I know and love.
But would you rather watch a new version of it or the original?
The original, hands down, 100%.
Anytime, right?
Yeah.
You and I are those types of people, for sure.
Because, what, like when we were talking about like all the crossovers and shit before, like you're kind of getting your money's. If you go watch, what is it, the Come Spider-Man Home or whatever, the one with all the multiverse and you bring in all the actors, like you're getting your money's worth because you're getting to see all of them.
Yeah, they're all there
in one movie.
Yeah,
like you don't need any more than that. And plus I like paying homage to originals. It's just like, it's that impressionability I know we've talked about in other episodes where it's just like you see it at an impressionable time and then it sticks with you. And then,
Do you think that we're going to have to go find the secret of the ooze now?
I'm sure you'll put it on anyway.
It is the best of the 3. Vanilla Ice aside.
He's in it? Is Vanilla Ice? I can't remember. It's been so long since I've seen it.
Well, now I know what we have to do.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Like I said, I told you, the only person I remember is that Kevin Nash plays Shredder.
Get ready.
Yeah.
You're going to hold on to your butt for this one because this is going to be a fun time.
My mind was fucking blown when I found out that fucking Uncle Phil played him in the cartoon. He did.
Yeah.
Whoa! Shredder.
Well, this was a good talk.
This was a fun one.
This was a fun one. This was a nice, easy breezy way to kick off the year. Thank you out there in podcast land for listening. Hopefully next week we'll have a little bit more vocal strength and a little bit more oomph to go along with it.
I can't wait to listen to this one at work on Tuesday.
It's going to be good. 2026 kicking off with a bang, bang. And yes,
right in the kisser.
Thank you for listening. Please find us on social media, DT Andy and JJ Star with 2 R's. You can email us at dtandyandjjstar@gmail.com with questions, comments, concerns for our well-being, conversation starters, or conversation enders.
Love hard art.
Yeah, find Love Hard Art, Coat of Arms Tattoo, Tax Collectors and Harlots.
Find Love Hard Art in
all over
Sheffield,
there.
England.
You can find Love Hard Art all over this
Planet.
this blue marble we're floating on here, because my stuff is out there, and we're gonna start to get down to it. February 27th, 28th, and March 1st, we will be at Thompson's Point, Portland, Maine, for the Villain Arts Maine Tattoo Festival. Very excited about that. We'll be there all 3 days, so make sure you stop through. Anyone up in New England, please make the trip. It's going to be fun. And if anyone passes a Starbucks on the way, please bring it. Because they're very few and far between up there.
Send us recommendations for food, because the one place I was looking forward to going to is no longer in business. So yeah.
Yeah, but that's going to be a good time. We will have more to announce going forward. I feel like it's been so long. I don't want to forget anything.
I mean, we don't have anything to plug because we haven't booked yet.
Not yet.
We're working on it.
But yes, thank you to everyone who came out on Friday to Toad's Place.
Oh my God, what a fucking...
It was a good time.
I still can't believe that many people showed up by 5:30.
Yeah.
Like,
thank you for braving it.
Thank you and how many fucking photographers showed up. I've never had more than one person shooting a show that I've played. Yeah. We had 6.
It was great.
Insane.
Lastly, you can find all of us, you can find all of our episodes streaming on Podbean. Download Podbean, like and subscribe, tell all your friends, follow us, all of that jazz. It helps us make money. You can find, all of our streaming platforms. You can go to ttppodcast.com and stream everywhere. Please, again, share that with everybody, because we want to get everywhere. We are currently in, I believe, 58 countries on 6 continents, and we are in 50 of the continental United States. Not 50. There are only 50 United States. We're in 40 of them.
Well, there's 50 states.
There are 50 states.
We've got territories.
We're in 40 of them right now.
Iceland right now.
So, we're in Iceland.
No, I'm saying the country's working on acquiring Iceland.
So,
I don't know how that's gonna work out.
And you can find all of our videos streaming at dtandyandjjstar.com. I don't know if this one will have a video because it's been cutting in and out the entire time we've been recording.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So this may be a surprise to all of us. And I think that's a full lid. I'm going to go back on vocal rest. And from the 3 of us at That Talking Podcast, I'm JJ Star.
Wah, wah, wah. And I'm Franklin. Downtown Andy.
We'll talk to you later.